What are you doing?
On today's show, we're going to talk about the banalities of evil. Also, it's Pokemon Day.
No, God, no.
It's Pokemon
No,
Day. Here
no.
we go.
I do not
Which
acknowledge this.
NFL
God dang.
QBs are just like Pokemon? What are you typing? I saw no. You know what? So, you know how we've talked about this numerous times, and I've just told you about gifts that I've been trying to get you that I've just missed out on over the years?
Yeah.
Yeah, I put I'm bidding on one. I saw it last night. I saw it last night, and I'm currently bidding on a really nice gift that's really thoughtful, that you're really gonna care about, and this is how I get treated this morning. I'm just saying that there's levels.
Yeah. I'm going to bid on a giant statue that says, I love peen, and send it to you.
This is say on the back, and not my own.
Yeah.
There's an asterisk in the back.
To be clear, not my own.
Oh, baby. We here.
We will try to steer
you in the right direction. Welcome to another edition of the Grossi Perna Show. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. And everybody's saying GPS. Yeah. So, fun fact today, this morning, in the journeys of our Google Doc that we use to set up the show every time we go live. By the way, I really like the outfit you're wearing today. I like it.
I'm a cardigan guy now. I've decided as I reach that point in my life, button-ups, no thank you. As I graduate from t-shirts to cardigans over my Joe Flacco t-shirts.
You look like a 70s bowling alley, which I really think fits the brand.
I am.
Exactly.
People know.
So we are in our Google Doc and just trying to figure out what to talk about, right? Because you have like Caleb Williams and Jayden Daniels. They're not going to throw at the combine. Tee Higgins getting franchise tagged. Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be in Indianapolis, but he's like, I'm not going to do a whole lot, right? But then Perna suggested a joke, which was, let's figure what I say, like we came up with every single game for the next 10 years, just predicting
Let's predict
today.
every game for every team for the next 10 years.
Yeah, right? And haha, very funny. We would do that. But that spawned into an actual good idea of looking 10 years ahead. Which teams are going to win a Super Bowl? Like, which ones are going to win a playoff game? And I was like, yeah, this could be really great. But we're actually going to put effort into that episode. So basically what I'm saying is, that's not today's episode.
No.
It's not. Sorry.
Yeah, the tricky part there is like in 5 years for a team, it can be a completely different team, different quarterback, different head coach.
Yes.
Yeah, see, this is interesting because Tom, I'm a little jealous. He's going to the combine. And I wanted to ask you, which young man are you most excited to see in their underwear?
Well, Scooter's going to be there, so.
You want to see Scooter in his underwear?
No, I mean, he's probably just going to see him. I would assume that Scooter just like is going to walk around in his underwear. It's going to be Cowboys themed, of course.
He's
right?
like, come test me, Dallas. He's
going to have a cowboy hat on, and that's it. Yeah, I mean, I got to be honest, like, I'm still looking up prospects before I go out there right now, because I'm also trying to plan, but, like, I'm looking deep at safeties. Like, safeties are, like, probably, like, the number one position group that I'm going to be taking a look at, and then running backs, too.
So you want to see safeties and running backs almost naked, is what you're saying?
Sure, why not?
All right.
Why not? Hey. But I will say, today we are going to talk about those Justin Jefferson little rumors. I like that. I like that. Ooh.
So the NFL business happens at the combine. Like we know that the rookies are there and they're getting evaluated, and how they perform is kind of important, but time they spend with teams and interviews are probably more important. And then you've got quarterbacks who are deciding to throw and not throw. And if you have something to lose by throwing, you're not going to. But if you have something to gain by throwing, like say JJ McCarthy, you're going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But behind the scenes, I think because the tag window started last Tuesday. So there's another week before teams commit to franchise tags. And I think a lot of teams, while they could get deals done and figure out their tags last week, they like to use the combine as their business excursion, go out, have their steaks, get their drinks, work through, hash out some deals. And so a lot of that shit happens at the combine. Like maybe the Vikings find out what kind of trade interest there is for Justin Jefferson. Tee Higgins has been franchise tagged, but I think there are some people who believe he could be traded.
Yeah, he could be tagged and traded, yeah.
We're going to kind of maybe see which deals could transpire during this week of debauchery and hedonism amongst NFL decision makers.
All right. I think there's a decent chance. I mean, Goody already said that they have a bunch of draft picks, so they might actually use it to trade for a veteran. So maybe, especially because that's another thing that we could talk about too, is a salary cap. Because oh boy, that blew away people's expectations. Got a whole lot of extra cheddar now to spend some money. But
green.
I do think that if they move up, it'd probably be in like the second round or something, because they also have that flexibility. They have an additional second rounder because of what they got for Aaron Rodgers. So. I mean, it's possible. If they see a person they really like, they might go up and get him. They might. Depends on how the board falls. That's it. But they usually make some trades. So, that's it. I mean, it's always Boomer. It's always Boomer.
What's my Boomer take? What's my Boomer take today?
I don't know. I was just being present. Maybe. I don't know. Just why not?
Listen, I like young people, damn it. Just kidding. They're a bunch of fucking idiots. Woo!
Are those kids at the park giving you problems again, buddy?
No, I haven't seen them. They've been doing construction there because they're fixing all their bullshit vandalism, Tom.
Oh. They got a construction crew out there?
New slides in there. Carm's real excited about those. Finally got to play in part of it.
Okay. That's exciting. Yeah. That's exciting. Now that's how you know we're making a difference.
There we go. Mark Plink. Plink plop.
I'm worried about this because I like tried yesterday. Dude, after COVID, like my lungs are shot. Like just like trying to get back into cardio right now is bad. So like I think I'll beat Rich Eisen, but it's gonna be ugly. It's like I still can't get back to running shape right this second.
Are you gonna run a 40 there?
Yeah, I'm gonna run it on Saturday night.
Is it like on the field?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
So we were supposed to do it tomorrow, but then they moved it to Saturday night at like 8:30, and then I have a plane to catch like super early in the morning on Sunday. So yeah.
Are you doing it for St. Jude's?
What? No, I'm just like they just let like people do the drills.
Oh,
like they're
okay.
letting Scooter, I think, can participate too. I don't know if Coleman's gonna do it, but yeah.
Fuck, I would smoke all you guys. This sucks. The oldest football YouTuber there, faster than all of you guys.
Brandon, it's okay. You can prove everything when you take me on one-on-one.
Yeah, my agility is gonna shine there. I want my straight line speed to show. Oh well.
Yep. It's true. Got tagged. Yeah.
Actually, when you sprint, oof. Next day your body just hurts.
Oh, it does.
Oh my God. You use muscles that you forgot existed within your legs and your core and your back.
It's true. I know. I wish I like had a chance to actually work out before this. I would have liked to see like what I could actually get in a 40 time, but
yeah, that COVID's gonna rock you.
That COVID's gonna kick my ass.
Dude, just keep running 40s until you throw up.
Yeah. I can't breathe anymore.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Grossi throws up trying to run 40. That's 500,000 views right there.
Done. That's it. They're just like, you just threw up all over the field. And I'm like, it's okay. Just the O linemen are going tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll let you know. I'll keep my ear to the ground, to the field. I'll do it. Caleb Williams is just trying to do everything to not go to the Chicago Bears. Yeah. So that doesn't surprise me though. Williams not throwing, Jayden Daniels not throwing, because they don't want to risk injury. Like they have nothing to lose, right? Like they're gonna go like top 3.
If you get injured throwing the football at the combine, I don't want you on my team. Like how sad of a shoulder do you have? Nope. Check. Not drafting that guy.
But yeah,
oatmeal. I don't eat oatmeal, Eddie. Disgusting. Oatmeal sucks. Put it with the fucking corn and birds. They can have that oatmeal shit. Oatmeal. Get the fuck out of here.
Oatmeal can be good. I don't eat it regularly or
like a pile of goo.
It can be, but you have to put stuff in it. Like you could put like fruit and like peanut butter in there.
Sure. Still tastes like bread had an abortion in a bowl, Tom. I do not want it. I do not want oatmeal. I said bread. It's okay. Oatmeal sucks. Came here for the oatmeal. Thanks.
See, that was the
came here for the oatmeal. Thanks.
Of the audience, this was the chat, and it was Brandon. Maybe within the next 2 if they're gonna have a shot. Oh God.
Anyway, Jayden Daniels not throwing, huh?
Yeah, Caleb Williams not throwing either. Yeah, not doing any of that. But like,
are they not just throwing? Are they doing like? See, I get when a quarterback's not going to do the other workouts. Like if you pull your hamstring, you're doing drills that you're not necessarily going to be doing every play. But throwing to me, I know that I don't know if I get why, but I don't feel like they actually have that much to lose.
Yeah.
By throwing, but yeah, if there's a risk that it's going to hurt you at all, I get not doing it at the combine, especially if you're a top pick or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's why guys who are trying to make an impression, like McCarthy, Bo Nix, Penix, I think they're all throwing. Like maybe it benefits them, but it's also like we saw. Was it Quentin Jefferson whose combine was like insane last year? He looked awesome, was catching everything, and then rough rookie season.
You call it Quentin Johnston?
What did I say? Yeah.
Jefferson?
Quentin Jefferson? The
Johnston. Yep.
The Chargers guy?
Receiver. Yep.
What did I say? Who is he?
You still said Jefferson. Yep.
Justin Jefferson, who plays for the Chargers now?
Nope. That'd be a great future. That'd be a great future. I'd be very happy.
Downplaying the greatness of it. What are you talking about?
Phenomenal comment. That's a phenomenal comment.
Yeah, baby.
Yep. Anyway.
I spent 20 minutes talking about how good he is. I said, like, the GOAT conversation's stupid. I said saying Mahomes is the greatest of all time when he's still got a half of a career ahead of him is a premature thing to say.
You picked the Jets.
I think I downplayed it at all.
Jets fan. Now I'm excited. I actually get to interview Rich Eisen. So that'll be cool. We're going to have a sit-down interview. So
in the bathroom?
I don't know where the location actually is, so maybe.
It'd be really creepy if it's like, all right, come here, we're going to do the interview, and then he just takes you in the bathroom.
No, I actually think that'd be awesome. You just have like 2 different stalls, and you just show the outside of the stall, right?
As long as there are lights in there and it looks legit, yeah.
But it's just the outside of a stall, and you're like, our voices don't sound that similar, so like you could tell who's talking.
It's just the feet. You got your Packer shoes on. He's got his dress shoes that he's going to run the 40 in.
Exactly.
Love it.
It's got to be the butt fumble. The butt fumble really just resonates well with me. And living in New York, it's there.
Yeah. It's GOAT. Greatest of their era. GOTE.
Yeah.
I said, why don't we just spell GOAT differently and change the meaning slightly, and it's fixed.
Okay.
Overnight oats are, I don't even know what that means. Is that I don't know. It could be a Pokemon character for all I know. Overnight oats? The hell is that shit?
God, it's fantastic. Okay.
Oh, Vampire Weekend.
Red Rocks. Nice. Bang for your buck hikes in the area.
Oh, I don't hike. I ride my bike indoors in my basement. I'm like 25, 30 minutes away from going to hike. So I'm the worst person. Dude, people ask me, like, I'll get DMs like, hey, I'm coming to Denver. Where should I eat? I'm like, I don't know. I eat at home mostly. And the 3 restaurants that are within 2 miles of my house.
25, 30 minutes is not a bad drive for a hike.
Yeah, I could have already been 30 minutes on my bike.
But you get to be outside.
I could be in vigorous exercise mode on my thing. I ride my bike from my house, like everywhere I go when it's nice. I just called it a mush bowl. It's got fruit in it, coconut yogurt, protein, peanut butter, no oats.
That's the one. That's the one. Brandon, it's 15 minutes into the show. We're going to talk about franchise tags?
All right. Sure. Actually, I want to talk about Marvin Harrison not participating in the combine.
Marvin Harrison Jr. Yeah, it seems like he's going to do like interviews and stuff, but it doesn't seem like he's going to.
Is that what they said? Because then somebody said he's not going to go at all.
So Brett said that, but then he deleted that and reiterated and said, like, it looks like he's going to be in the building for interviews.
Well, then that's not interesting. I was like, if he doesn't go at all, that's odd because I get not performing. And Marvin Harrison has nothing to prove on the field. Everybody knows he's an insane talent, going to be the first receiver taken. And even like the interviews, when you're that good, I don't think it's actually that important. But like if you're interviewing for Marvin Harrison, what you got to think about is like you're trying to make impressions for every team because say 4 years from now, you're on an organization and their quarterback isn't living up to expectations. You're not where you want to be. You're interviewing for possible other locations. And maybe you're getting to know guys like, oh, I really liked Buffalo and the way they interviewed me and the guys I talked to at the combine. That might be a place I want to play, if it doesn't work out where I'm going. But since he's going to be there in interview, then everything I just thought about is completely useless.
I mean, yeah, they don't have any control over it anyway, but yeah, I get it. I get you.
Not eating oatmeal is the least old man thing I can do. Oatmeal is an old person food. Me being anti-oatmeal is basically being anti-senior citizen, okay? I don't know how that would make me a boomer.
You literally started the show saying, I wear cardigans now.
Yeah, cardigans are sick. Not when you're eating oatmeal, though.
Brandon, what are you going to do for your 40th birthday?
Work. This would probably work.
It's true.
I do not want to do anything for my birthday ever again except for just get through October football.
We have to throw the biggest party possible, but it's a boomer party.
Everybody shows up with canes and like
walkers.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Hover rounds.
Prunes are just on the table. Yeah.
Dude, we'll have hover round races.
Yeah. That's it.
And the ending point will be a bathroom because we'll all be like having to pee for our 40th time because of our inflamed prostates. Yeah, sounds sick.
Inflamed what?
Can't drink because it might mix poorly with our medication.
It's true.
Apple juice only.
That's it.
And coffee.
Happy birthday, by the way. Hope you enjoy it. Yeah, either one of the receivers, so Reed or Wicks, most likely. Hopefully Watson if he's healthy. But yeah, Quay Walker is the guy I've been looking at under Halfley's scheme. I'm really excited to see how he does this upcoming season. Anyway, continue.
Oh, I don't even know what we're talking about.
You're talking about Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, he's good. He's good, and he's probably going to the Arizona Cardinals at 4.
Oh my God, I love it. I love Sunset Orange and Harvest Gold. It is very Burger King-y, like the retro Burger King look. I agree. Do a twirl. So nothing really going on in the back.
Yeah, it's all front.
It's like a business in the front and nothing in the back.
Dude, when all the kids are wearing these cardigans in 3 months, you can kiss my butts, guys. Kiss them.
I said it looked nice.
I'd say kiss my grits, but that would definitely be a boomer thing to say, right?
Probably.
Yeah. All right, okay, so 1, Andy Reid supposedly in contract extension talks to become the highest paid coach in the league.
Yes.
Which makes sense. He's currently under contract through like 2025. So like how much is he just retire, Andy? Come on. Andy.
He's just going to keep doing it until he can't do it no more. Dang! Whoop! Bait for the kitty. Yeah, I mean it's the off season, but like this is the best part of the off season because there's the combine, and that's it right now. It's like a little too far out for the draft, in my opinion. Still, like I know people doing mock drafts since November, especially if you're a Bears fan, but
yeah. I like the person who does the mock draft the day after the draft ends for the next year.
Yep.
The way too early mock draft.
Yep.
Those people are insane.
What's this one?
Let's wait. That's my girl. That's my girl.
That was literally the day of Russell Wilson's debut for the Broncos.
It never got better than that moment right there.
Nope. That's when optimism was at an all-time high.
That was, you're like, yeah, everything is good. You looked like
Nate
you were
Dogg
happier.
Hackett ready to coach the crap out of Russ Wilson.
Appreciate you, Terry. I mean, it's just what's true.
No track, no rails.
The drip is eternal. Brandon Perna is the
Fuck
drip
yeah.
master.
This guy gets it. This guy gets it.
What kind of sneakers you rocking right now?
Reeboks.
Let's see the drip. Bring him a little bit closer. Hey, they like kind of match the outfit going on right now. I like this.
Dude, Reebok's an underrated brand. Everybody's like Nike, 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 Nike.
Or Adidas mostly.
Adidas.
Give
me
Reebok.
Reebok.
Like I go to Kohl's every now and then and buy shoes like every few years. Like that's what that looks like. That's it.
I like shoes.
I like shoes too. I feel like I would get addicted to like getting shoes because I like collecting things.
Yeah. I bought this when I was buzzed on Instagram.
For the kitty off Instagram?
Yeah. Instagram got me, man. Like if I've got a whiskey in me and I see something, I'm just like, boom, got it.
So you're buying stuff off Instagram ads now?
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, buddy. You can't escape those boomer charges. That's
You go to Kohl's. That's way more boomer than just, oh, check out this thing on my phone I can get.
Yeah, it's affordable.
I used to go to Kohl's. Then Jess started just buying me stuff from Kohl's, so I don't even have to go now.
So she, just be clear, you get stuff from Kohl's too. You just don't leave the house to do it.
Yes, that's right. That's 200%
like,
right.
yeah, yes, sir. That is
Dude,
correct.
we rolling in Kohl's cash here.
Buckle up. We're going to have some fun.
Dude, like when I'm rich, you know when they say it's like you got toilet paper made out of $100 bills? I'm just gonna have toilet paper made out of Kohl's cash.
That's it, baby. Kirk Cousins.
Me, you, and Kirk Cousins wiping our ass with Kohl's cash.
Mm-hmm. He's just like, hey, do you have something a little bit tamer?
Yeah.
It's just a corner of hot topic. Anyway, continue. Franchise. Oh wait, no, you want about Andy Reid? Yeah, I mean, at this, it makes sense. He has to get paid because the guy has won back-to-back Super Bowls.
Yeah,
right?
why doesn't he go do it for a different team?
Because why, Brandon? No.
Go to Buffalo, Andy.
They're gonna haunt you, buddy. They are. They are. Hey, let's go, baby. Let's go.
When the next president installs a new anti-terrorism bill, McDermott's going to be fired. Andy, go to Buffalo. Lead them to a Super Bowl.
Oh, no. Someone had a really good punishment for you. Oh, damn. It was on Friday Night Q&A, and I forgot it was. Oh, it was so good. Damn. I have to remember. Listen, I'm going to be very honest with you. So, yesterday, I went out to eat food, like, outdoors in public.
Sure.
Yeah. So, I had to put on pants. It was awful.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I always wear pants.
See, you always wear pants because I'll work 15, 20 hours in a day. I have no problem doing that. But I'm doing it in pajama pants. Like, when I have to put on pants, it's a sad day. Like, I'm not a fan because I have now gotten so used to pajama pants. I know it doesn't look like I'm wearing any pants right now, but yeah. Shorts are fine.
I want to see you go out in a full camo. Camo pants, camo shirt.
I have a salute to service hoodie. It's not
some
like
boots.
camo,
You need like leather, black leather, high lace-up boots.
They got good stuff. I don't buy new clothes very often. Like buying those suits for the honors and stuff. That was like the most recent in like years that I bought new clothes.
We all go to Kohl's because it's the cheapest place,
my
and
own
it
merch.
offers the best option.
I will be honest, like my fans dress me a lot because like they'll send me like this hoodie is from the fans. I'm like, yeah, I like this hoodie, so I'm gonna wear this hoodie. And I buy my own merch that I don't really advertise, but Rachel does a great job.
Oh yeah, I saw happy birthday yesterday, Rachel.
Ooh, that'd be pretty great. Yeah,
Look at
happy
that, on my own.
belated birthday,
Did it
Rachel.
on my own.
There you go. Look at you. Look at you, buddy. Let's go.
Yeah.
Anyway, franchise tagging. So Tee Higgins. So there's stories coming out that there's belief that Tee Higgins, you know, because you mentioned that he could still be traded even though he's going to be tagged, that he could fetch a first or a second round. So, first of all, do you think Tee Higgins is worth / could fetch a first round draft pick? And second, if you're the Bengals, do you look to sign him to a long-term deal or are you looking to trade him?
Yeah, that's tricky. I think he could definitely, I think he's close to worth it. It depends on your team's quarterback and receiver situation, right?
Yeah.
Like, and what they can afford, because he's going to command a new contract as well.
Super cool.
If you're like the New York Jets and you've got Rodgers, you've got Garrett Wilson, and you need another guy, like, yes, get somebody that's a proven dominant receiver who works well with a veteran quarterback and can put your team over the top. So that's one part of it. The other reason, like, see, I thought once they tagged Tee Higgins that, oh, they're going to get a deal with him. He's coming back for sure. It makes too much sense. But they also have to pay Jamar Chase. And it gets tricky when you've got to pay 2 wide receivers top tier money, right? Although, and that's the thing with the salary cap going up. The NFL, every team just got a huge jump in salary cap, like 15 extra million or some shit. But it's like that doesn't positively affect every single team, because the cash poor teams are just like, oh God, that's more money we've got to account for. It's like the Broncos, it helps. They're cash rich. Raise that cap $1 billion and we're going to be cool. The Bengals are a team that have been notoriously cheap throughout their history, right? We weren't even sure they were going to pay Joe Burrow. It's like
the trading facility for a while.
Yeah. Damn it. Oh, hell yeah. See, look, that looks tight. That's
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Dude, the Astros, that's a nice uni. So like and I think Tyler Boyd's supposed to hit free agency too for the Bengals. I think they keep Tee Higgins, but they drafted him. They drafted Jamar Chase. Like if they believe in their ability to find wide receiver talent, and it's like, okay, we can get an extra draft piece where we can address a different position, then sure, it makes sense. Personally, and the other part of it too, I've seen it compared to the Chiefs, right? They got rid of Tyreek Hill, and that allowed them to, one, avoid paying him a fuck ton of money and build their defense. And they've won 2 Super Bowls without Tyreek Hill. Sure. And a big reason this season for sure is the defense. So there's that thinking behind, if you're going to move on from Tee Higgins and you can get some draft capital, you're going to save yourself cap space as well.
Well, there's that, but it's also like we're talking about Jamar Chase, but like DJ Reader is like another guy that I would assume is going to be a priority. And
yeah, where's DJ?
I like Tee Higgins a lot, but I feel like if you could get a first round pick for Tee Higgins, you could go out and draft another wide receiver and develop him, because you have the Jamar Chase of the world. Like, you have your guy, and of course it's always better to have more. But to your point about paying multiple receivers, I don't think, like, they're just like, here's all the money to Jamar Chase, and we can just develop the guys behind him.
Yeah.
You know, I think that kind of makes sense for them to do so, because there are going to be teams that are going to want Tee Higgins. Like, let's just say, for example, the Patriots, they go out and they get their QB. Tee Higgins would be great for the Patriots because they have needed a wide receiver forever, right? He definitely could go to a bunch of teams and be utilized really well. And I think again, the Bengals, if they kept him, it's fine because he's a good player. But I wouldn't be surprised if they could get like top value for him.
Sure.
They rock and roll with that. Even if they get like a high second round pick.
Yeah, and he's he's like was he 25 or 26 maybe? 26
Tee Higgins?
Yeah, he's young.
Yeah, he's mid-20s.
So you got like you're going to pay him like a 4 or 5 year deal and he's going to perform for those 4 to 5 years.
Be amazing.
And I think that's probably the same scenario the Vikings are kind of looking at as well.
I really want to talk about Justin Jefferson because there was a time where I'm just like rooting for chaos and I was just like poking the bear and I was like, oh, this would be amazing if he got traded. But there have been comments over these past few months where it's like, ooh, okay, maybe. Like Justin Jefferson has been very like, I want to get paid. Like I deserve to get paid, which he does. He's like arguably the best wide receiver in the league. And he's young too. If the Vikings can't pay him or, oh my God, if he goes to another team, Brandon.
But what if they trade him to the Bears?
No, Brandon, that would be bad.
What if they trade him to the Bears?
And then they still go get Caleb Williams?
Yeah.
But let's be very honest. What is even the comp for Justin Jefferson?
Probably Tyreek Hill, whatever that was. It's close to that.
So like it's got to be like 2 first rounds.
I don't know if it's but like that's the thing. Tyreek Hill, that was what 3 off seasons ago, and just an off season later, the wide receiver market was way down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe a first and then another high. Maybe it's like a first this year, second next year or something.
Like I don't even know if that gets it done though, dude. Like I legitimately,
I don't know either.
It'd be 2 firsts. I think that would do it. But yeah, because you're still gonna like whatever team signs him is gonna have to pay him $1 cajillion.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be the highest paid wide receiver in the league. It was pretty good. I liked it. I thought it was a very solid show. It was a very solid show, and I like who won too. So yeah, I thought it was good. It was good. Stayed it the whole time though. I slept.
Oh, I mean, like.
What are you looking at?
Damn it.
Yes, but we're talking about tagging him and trading him. I mean, the Packers did the same exact thing with Devontae Adams.
Titans got money. Bears got money. Colts. Ooh, Indy trades for him. They got to pay Michael Pittman, though.
Yeah.
Texans. Lions. Yeah, it's like all these teams that have all this cap space. I'm just not sure who would trade for Justin, right?
Yeah.
Not going to be the Commanders or Patriots because they're picking top 3. They can't give their first rounder for him.
I'm gonna throw something crazy at you. Arizona Cardinals.
I mean, pick number 4.
Space. They need a wide receiver. They have multiple. They have a lot of draft picks.
Yeah, but like I would just take Marvin Harrison Jr. Like you're not going to pay him for 4 years. What about the Panthers? They don't have a first rounder this year, though.
If Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson are on the same team,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Giants? Maybe the Giants trade.
Collusion.
What if the Giants traded back? I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to even think about how it would work.
Kansas City makes the most amount of sense.
I mean, because they're trading the 32nd pick?
Yes. And the Vikings are like, that's great value right there.
Yeah.
Bam. No, I'm curious because like if you're the Vikings, you would have to, it is a good wide receiver draft.
Yeah, that's the other issue.
If you're the Vikings, you would have to like blow me away with this number. But then you're also admitting like, hey, we're in full-blown rebuild mode. Because they're like in this weird space right now. They don't know what's gonna like happen with Kirk Cousins. And like it's this weird limbo. And it seems like they need to kind of turn the page a little bit. And if they do get rid of Jefferson, it's basically going, we are going to get all this capital to build up this team and, you know, get back to our winning ways. Though they aren't that long. But, you know what I mean? it'd be a huge move.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. So it's like they have to make it Jefferson. They have to decide with Kirk Cousins too. If you're bringing Kirk Cousins back, you definitely want Justin Jefferson there because you're saying we believe we can win a Super Bowl with Kirk. And then if you take away his best weapon, that's like, what the fuck's the point? But if you're like, you know what? We're sitting at 11 this week. We do love JJ McCarthy or whoever they think it is, and they can take their next QB there at 11, and they trade away Justin Jefferson, and they get another first-round pick. They could trade away Jefferson and then package those picks if they wanted to move into a top 3 spot, if like that's what they were trying to do. And they pick ahead of Denver, who's interested in JJ McCarthy.
Yeah.
The Raiders could be interested in a quarterback, and then you're probably waiting until all the way to the Steelers. It's just like they've got those 3 big decisions to make, and I don't know what they're going to do. Because for the first time, it seems like Kirk wants to come back and he's willing to not max out. He's always been the guy who wanted the guaranteed money.
Yeah.
And now he's like, I want to come back to Minnesota. His family's there. He set roots there. And I think they would be wise to bring him back. But you pay him whatever it is. Then you got to pay Jefferson. You've got, Jordan Addison that looked really good. So
that's what I'm saying. Like Addison looks good. Justin Jefferson is in a league of his own though.
And Hawkinson, because they paid TJ too.
Yeah, they paid TJ. But Jefferson is in a league of his own. So if you are, it would take a massive haul. Is there a team out there that you go, okay, we get Justin Jefferson, like we're contending, like right now? That's tough.
The Bills. Put it on the Bills for me.
You have to have the QB, right?
Yeah. Send Diggs back to Minnesota and a draft pick. Bills take Jefferson.
So because that would make the most sense, I think. But then who's throwing them the ball? So like, are you going
JJ McCarthy? It's like who's the 4th best quarterback in this draft?
Yeah.
Is it JJ? Is it Nix? Is it Penix?
Oh. No, good. Happy belated birthday. Oh, I hope. Ooh.
Oh, man.
So good. Oof. That's not a way to spend the birthday. I apologize. That's so good.
Happy birthday, though.
I feel better. Ugh. Continue, Perna. Sorry.
I don't remember what I was saying.
Okay.
Forgot to take my Metamucil.
The A.J. Brown trade. Yeah. Top 10 2025 first round. Yeah, it could be. I mean, like, I think Justin Jefferson could get more than A.J. Brown did.
Yeah. See, this is great. That's a good reference because
it is a good reference.
We've got the Tyreek Hill trade working out for both teams, right?
Yeah.
Chiefs built because of what they got. Dolphins got a lot better on offense. Just really hard to defend on offense because of Tyreek Hill. The Titans traded away A.J. Brown, and they were the biggest fucking idiots in the NFL for getting rid of him because they had no other receivers. Their offense sucked after it, and everyone's like, you guys got ripped off, and they didn't draft a guy who came in and immediately replaced his production.
Mm-hmm.
So one's a cautionary tale, I think, and the other's the example of if you're a smart organization, you build with the right pieces on what you get back for it, then it can work out for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, like the A.J. Brown trade's like one of the worst draft trades in the last 10 years.
It was pretty bad. Yeah. I mean, just because also like where it left the Titans was not great.
Yeah.
It hasn't worked out yet. Again, maybe in some point it'll look a little bit better, but
no. Dude, the Chargers. I mean, Justin Jefferson with Justin Herbert.
Oh, it'd be insane. I mean, that would be amazing.
Keenan Allen's getting old. Mike Williams injured quite a bit. They got that rookie, Quentin Johnson, Jefferson, Williams.
Yep.
And, whatever. I'm thinking of guys like Tennessee. In this top 10, Tennessee and the Giants need him the most.
Yeah. I mean, Arizona needs a wide receiver, but like you said, you could just go Marvin Harrison Jr. and not pay anybody.
They got, and then there's, you got Malik Neighbors. You've got too many good receivers available in the top 10.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like if you're getting a first rounder, it's got to be these teams. I mean, Denver could use Justin Jefferson.
Of course.
Like, have Jerry Jeudy and a draft pick. We'll take, but Broncos can't afford him. Like,
Can you
that's
imagine
the thing.
if Dallas just said, I told you we're going all in,
Mm.
and they literally just trade the farm.
Yeah.
Like this year's first, next year's first and second, like a player. They just go, hey, we want CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
I'm Jerry Jones.
Man, the Lions, I'd like to see him in Detroit, but that's a division. You're not going to trade him in the division.
See, but here, the Patriots, that doesn't make sense for them because similar, they could go to get a Marvin Harrison Jr., but they need a quarterback. It's like having a Porsche at wide receiver, and you just are sitting there going, it's not working out well. You have a freaking cart.
See,
I just don't think they'd do that.
Yeah, the Vikings would have to be willing to take, like, okay, say the Patriots were willing to trade. They're not going to give up the number 3 spot.
No.
But maybe it's their second rounder this year and a first next year. So if the Vikings are willing to be patient, top of the second round's a great place to be drafting. The Vikings would have to be looking for future draft picks in those scenarios.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't think Tampa is going to do that. Tampa's going to, if you're Tampa, you just hold on to Mike Evans. On to Mike Evans, draft another wide receiver. Have a nice day.
Yeah. Also, well, it depends on how much Mike Evans wants.
That's what I say. It depends on if Mike Evans wants. Well, we talk about how now there's so many good wide receivers coming out. Like,
there we go.
I know, and I know this has been talked about. If I'm the Kansas City Chiefs, I'm doing everything I can to get Mike Evans on the phone. Because, like, that just works, I think, so perfectly.
Yeah.
Being like, hey, we're not going to pay you a ton, but we'll pay you. You could win a Super Bowl. Like, you'll be competing for another ring right now, and we need the wide receiver help. We'll sign you for 2 to 3 years. Have a nice day.
Yeah. No, it makes too much sense.
So it's funny you mentioned this because that's actually a video that I'm working on right now. Yeah. That's why I'd be concerned about if you're the Bears, because they are in a position that is very difficult. I know they have the first overall pick, so lots of weeping going on. But legitimately, we're talking about all these teams like the Falcons. They could use Justin Fields, right? We've talked about him going to even other organizations and be like, hey, go to the Patriots. Like, you go to Denver. Like, he's been slated in that he could fit in the Raiders, for example. And it's not just Luke Getsy. Luke Getsy did not do him any favors, but the O-line is also bad. And if they go and get Williams, like, you might have an upgrade at quarterback, but those problems are still going to exist minus Luke Getsy.
Yeah, but like they're picking what at 9, so you can start to improve those areas pretty quickly as well.
You could.
The thing with Chicago though, like Chicago didn't make that trade, and then at the time assumed that the Panthers would be the worst team in the league.
Sure,
they've been put in a situation like they made that trade, going, all right, we can do this, we can build around Justin Fields, and we can get more pieces to continue to build around him. But now they just happen to have the first pick and a draft with a guy like Caleb Williams, who people think could be great.
The guy. Yeah.
Could be, his ceiling is higher than Justin Fields right now. So, that's why they're in a weird position because the Panthers suck so bad.
Yes, because if they were picking like 5, right, or 8, no one's having these conversations.
Right.
It's like maybe they could trade up and do it, but because they're at 1, it's like, do you want to get the guy who has been hailed these past few years of being like the next big thing? Or do you continue to rock with a guy that you committed to last year, but then that kind of didn't last long?
The Panthers, basically, they helped the Bears and the Texans so much. And it's because I believe the Texans inquired about just flopping spots with Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And if they did that, they would have lost other draft capital. So they wouldn't have been able to trade back in and get Will Anderson, like they got. So they were able to get Stroud and Anderson in the last draft because they didn't make the trade with the Bears.
Here, if I know what, this is what I'm going to settle on, because I always been saying trade down, keep Justin Fields, see what you have there, especially because you don't know about the future of Eberflus. But I got to be very honest. If you are the Chicago Bears, you draft Marvin Harrison Jr., you also have DJ Moore, you go and dress like offensive line with your other top 10 pick. First of all, you trade down. You're not obviously drafting, Marvin Harrison Jr. first. So you trade down, you get a bunch of value, you get him. You have 2 stud wide receivers. You enhance the O-line. You give Justin Fields one more shot and go, let's see if this is your year. If not, you bring in a veteran QB, because that's the only time you've actually won really some games besides Mitch Trubisky. But Jay Cutler was like your best guy that you brought in. And then you don't even have to worry about developing a quarterback and have a nice day. Oh, and he has like 2 amazing wide receivers to throw to.
Yeah. I think that's how you answer your question if you're the Bears. I think if you go, you know what?
It's true.
If we draft Marvin Harrison Jr., do we think we can win with Justin Fields? If the answer is yes, then you believe you have a pretty damn good quarterback. He'll have the weapons. Do it. Like if you go, I don't even know if we can win with Marvin Harrison Jr. with Justin Fields. Then just get your next QB.
Exactly. Sure.
Like you put yourself in a great financial position by moving on from him. Like just do it.
Yes. So what was it 2 seasons ago? Like they were like one of the worst. Yes, they definitely did fix issues. Their center is a garbage, but injuries definitely made it look significantly worse. You want Tevin Jenkins obviously to develop a little bit more, but they do still need pieces on that offense to make them better. Yeah. And then again, they also need to rebuild the defense a little bit too. Again, it got better, and Sweat was a great addition, but
yeah. So this was like, I brought this up because the Panthers, if they wanted Justin Jefferson, they could give the first pick in the second round and then whatever moving forward, in the future. Which if you were the Vikings and you had 2 top picks in the second round for this draft and you're moving on from Jefferson, I think that's not a bad position to be in, especially if the quarterback you like is, say, Bo Nix or something for your building for the future, because you can probably get him in the second round there.
Do you know how many times I heard this about Justin Fields? Do you know how many? Like at this point, it's just win some games first, and then we talk. Yeah. And then we talk.
I think Justin Fields has the potential to be a good quarterback. I think you can get into the playoffs and win some games with him in the playoffs. But I think you have better chances of more success with Caleb Williams and or Drake May in this current draft. It's like Fields isn't, if you're looking at Fields and his potential, I don't think it's insanely better than Caleb Williams or Drake May. That's why I feel like the Bears will move on from him.
I think they will too.
It's kind of an easy decision. And it's not like people think you're knocking on Fields for that. I think it's a shrewd business decision. And you know what his limitations are, and you suck at finding the right guys to develop him. So let's find a different quarterback, and maybe he meshes well with whoever they brought in.
I think it's if you are with Caleb Williams, do you think you're drafting a Joe Burrow? Like, do you think you're drafting an Andrew Luck? Do you think you are drafting a guy who can walk on that field and automatically take the team you already have? I know they're going to obviously build through the draft. Take the team you already have and elevate them to the point where you are winning football games.
Yeah. I don't think any quarterback in this draft can do it year one. I think they can be good year one. And I think it's unfair to expect that. I think you can win as many games with Caleb Williams and Drake May as you can Justin Fields if you're the Bears.
I agree with you. However, that's not reality, because if the Bears struggle this year after they get Caleb Williams, then what happens with Eberflus? Is he gone? And now we're going to, because he was already on the hot seat, and then we're looking at, okay, we're going to look at GM, we're going to look at polls, we're going to see, all right, are we going to go and do this whole dance over and over again?
I don't know. I think patience there would benefit them in a front office perspective. I think like last year's draft, like CJ Stroud was just so good. So good. I think he's going to be the best quarterback again, like next year. You have Anthony Richardson. We'll see how he plays. And I think I don't think Caleb Williams is Andrew Luck. There we go. Quentin John Jefferson, Jim Williams Jayden.
Got him. Nailed it.
I think the more like you kind of look into all of these quarterbacks, I think everybody is like, all of them need some time. Caleb shot up with expectations based on what he did when he entered the game at Oklahoma,
not true, though.
replacing Spencer Rattler. His first game, everybody's like, holy shit. 2022, insane season with USC. I think this last year helped manage expectations for Caleb Williams coming into the draft.
I think the hype definitely died down a bit because like there was like that fake stuff that was coming out about like, we want equity in the team and like all this stuff.
And how many guys actually come in and make that difference year one? It's so rare. Mahomes did sit a year in Kansas City. Joe Burrow got hurt as a rookie. We forget that. And he was doing some things. We're like, oh, this guy's looking good.
Yes.
Bengals were still losing games. And then he tears his ACL. And they drafted Jamar Chase that next draft.
Yep.
And that pick came in and helped him tremendously. Josh Allen took a while to develop. Baker Mayfield was good as a rookie in a terrible situation. So it's like you have to give these guys time. So like we're putting like a weird pressure, I think, on the Bears to, if they draft Caleb Williams, they got to be good immediately. And I'm not saying that that's not real and that pressure's not real. I'm just saying shouldn't actually expect it. You should be okay with taking bumps and bruises next season with Caleb Williams.
Yes.
But it's going to be under scrutiny because of Justin Fields.
Yes, and the franchise also has not done it successfully. Like that, there is a record, and I know this is going to sound super harsh, but there is a record of failure with the Chicago Bears in developing quarterbacks, right? In maintaining head coaches, and maintaining, like having a successful team and organization. There's been failure after failure. And so at this point, like I'm telling you, the highs of drafting Justin Fields, making that trade and going, this is our guy, he's going to save Chicago. And it's like, no, but for real this time. And then it just falls flat on its face. And just like it fell on its face with Trubisky. And the hype was even more so with Fields because the thing with Trubisky didn't work out so well. And now it's like, if it doesn't work out with Caleb, oh man. And I agree with you. The pressure is unfair and it's going to be quick and it's going to be tough.
I mean, the season, I think Bears fans can live with the season not being great in terms of win-losses, but you have to see Caleb Williams do some things that help convince you that he's the guy. The same boat you were in with Jordan Love heading into this season, right? Like, we don't expect a ton, but we need to see he's the guy, and then he overachieved. If you're looking at Matt Eberflus, the Bears defense has to be good next year.
It has to, yeah.
Like, I don't think any of us think Eberflus is going to be like a quarterback whisperer ever.
No.
But he's supposed to be a defensive guy. Defense is supposed to be good. So the Bears defense needs to be respectable. And I know they played better at points last year.
Yeah, near the end.
But they sucked before that.
Yeah.
So it's like they were terrible. They have been bad.
Which is why
it's like we got to get pieces. We're trying to build. So I think their defense needs to be good. Win-loss, who gives a shit? Defense looks better. Caleb Williams shows you some flashes. Then you can be fine with Eberflus moving into the following season.
And just imagine if Justin Fields does well, too. If Justin...
Somewhere else?
Yeah.
Dude, that's my fear with Russ. Like, that's my fear with Russell Wilson is like, oh, God, go somewhere else. They're not going to have to overpay him. If he goes to a good roster, I believe he's a good enough quarterback to win playoff games.
Yeah.
It's just got to be the right situation. and we're hamstrung by his money. So if he goes to Atlanta, I think he's going to look good. If he goes to Pittsburgh, I think he's going to look good.
It's gonna be time, buddy. Oh yeah, and Russell Wilson also come out and saying that he wants to win 2 more Super Bowls and he would like to finish it in Denver. But
yeah, I started listening through that whole interview, and God, Russell Wilson is so boring.
I didn't know where that was going.
So boring.
And I was just like, man, I really want him to stay. Or he's like, nope, he is just boring.
He is so good at not saying the wrong thing, right? That it's annoying. Like, he's very careful with his words. And I don't think he gets enough credit for that.
You
and also,
how annoying it was.
It is annoying. Like, I think he's too calculated. And that's like,
okay,
the kissing babies thing. Like, that's what Sean Payton means. When Kyle Brandt called him a poser, I think that's what he means.
Yeah.
It's like Brandon Marshall gave him an opportunity early in that interview to show that he's human, show that he's just a dude, because Russ was talking about never wanting to take the low road, to say bad things about other people. He believes about, he's
Sure.
like, I'm about love. I'm about uplifting. Like, we worked so hard to get here. I agree with all that shit. And Brandon's like, well, tell me one story where you didn't do that. Give me one example where you didn't take the high road.
Yeah.
And we have all done that. We've all said something stupid. We've all treated somebody else the way we wish we didn't. And like, Russ, to get where he has gotten, has definitely done that.
Sure.
Right? And he was just like, he refused. He just gave more quarterback. He's like, no, I'm about love, man. That's what I like. I'm about love. It's like, dude, you had an opportunity to show, like, yeah, you know what? When I was, it doesn't even have to be recent. You know what I mean? Like
Like
you're
one day I was in the
players.
supermarket and it was 5 items or less and I had 6.
Yeah. And I didn't pay. I forgot to pay for it. Like, just like, yeah, when I was in this situation in college or in high school, I said something like nothing.
I learned from that experience.
Exactly. And it's like, man, that's why people get so fucking annoyed with him, because we've all fucked up. Like,
yeah.
And
Not
when
a
you
perfect
talk
person.
about it and you talk about how you've embraced your mistakes and learned from them, and there was just like, there's so much there of what he wasn't saying. I'm like, he's missing out on those opportunities because he wants to be so polished and so much like, I am the leader, I'm the quarterback, blah, blah, blah. And it's like,
but like, that's where you said,
people.
like, that's where the poser comments come from.
Yeah, that's where it comes from. So it's just like, he's still good enough to play, but, and like the conversation about the Broncos and that situation, I don't think he was 100% honest. Like, just, I think he's right about some stuff. He talked about not wanting to get rid of the injury guarantee because he doesn't want to set that precedent for other players. I agree with that. I respect that.
Sure.
But he could have been like, I'm not going to remove that. But if this contract's an issue for how we build moving forward, then I am 100% open to talking about that once we get through the season.
Do you think it's just because Sean Payton hates him and everybody knows that Sean Payton hates him and he's kind of just like, dude, like, I'm also not going to do that guy any favors because he hates me?
I don't think it's a hate thing. I think
he's obviously not the preferred choice.
Yes. But this is a history thing with Russ too.
Yeah.
He's like, I never had a problem with Pete Carroll. Like, our relationship's always been great. The last 4 or 5 years in Seattle, that was not the story. And maybe that's unfair to Russ. They went through a couple coordinators too.
Mm-hmm.
Russ wanted to go to a place where he could have control. He got that. It was a disaster. I think it's, there's truth to both sides. I'm not saying Russ is at fault, but like, listening to it, I was hoping to get something from Russ. I was like, no, it's the same stuff. Well, and I haven't gotten all the way through it yet, but
I think it's because we live in also a time where more and more athletes are like just like putting themselves out there, especially like online and stuff, and be like, here's my personality. Like, here's the Kelseys, right? Here are the St. Browns. Here are like all these player podcasts and player things of like, let me tell you real stories about real life. Yeah. And, that has given people a further appreciation because it like takes them closer to the game and the player. And like, if that doesn't happen and you already have these ideas about Russell Wilson, that interview is not going to help.
No, because he's not going to open up like that, right?
Yeah.
I also don't think Russ understands his limitations. Like, I think that's his flaw. You know what I mean? I think he always believes he can overcome them.
Sure.
And when you're young, you can sometimes as an athlete, right? I don't think he knows what his limitations are.
Yeah.
The other part of that is, what was I going to say? Oh God.
I believe in you.
Oh God. Oh my God. My brain is so stupid.
We made 20
See,
seconds.
like, I know my limitations. I'm stupid. I'm dumb.
Hey,
He talked about a mentality after his like third or fourth year where he's like, I wasn't going to let anything get in the way of like my goals and my mentality and he's like, I had to shut out a lot of things. And I thought that was going to be I thought he was going to go into like why he didn't why Richard Sherman and him maybe didn't get along, because they were talking about Richard Sherman and their relationship, and he made like a joke about it. And I thought that was a great opportunity for him to explain his side of like tuning out his availability possibly to his teammates.
Yeah.
And something that would have at least let us understand his perspective. Maybe we don't agree with it, but I thought he was getting like, I had to shut out everything, all distractions. And that for me kind of meant separating myself from even availability to my teammates, where I wanted to be so focused on what I was doing because I knew I had to work so hard, but it never went there. I was like, man, like I thought that's what he was going to say, and he didn't.
I get you.
Those are the little things, and you're just like, he still never addresses it. We only got everybody else's side of the story.
And it's one of those things where you're like looking to give him the benefit of the doubt too.
Yeah.
It makes it more difficult to do so. And you're just like, cool, I just have this to go off of, which is not fair, but like, that's just the way the world works.
No.
Would you rather have blown it all up or had the season you had?
Oh, so given the situation the Broncos are in now, do you wish they blew it all up after the Dolphins? Yes.
Blow it up.
It's if the Broncos would have made the playoffs, it would have been worth it. Yeah. Even if they got their ass kicked in the first round, it would have been worth it, because the turnaround for the Broncos was fun last year. It made the season worth watching, and Russ was a big part of that. But
well, I think Fields is gonna be like, I want to get traded if they draft Caleb Williams. It seemed, even in the podcast he did, he's like, am I getting traded or they're getting Caleb? Like, that's it. It doesn't seem like there is going to be much desire for Justin Fields to stay around if Caleb winds up getting
Here's a question for you, Tom. We can end on this.
Yes.
Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, okay? You're the Steelers, you're the Falcons. Those are your teams, okay? I don't care who you're the GM for. You're looking at both of those quarterbacks as your options. Who would you take?
Me right now?
Yeah.
If I'm the Bear, I stick with Justin Fields.
No, you're not the Bears. You're the Falcons or you're the Steelers. And you can get Russ or Justin.
I'm sorry. Oh, then you go after Justin. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because if I'm the Falcons, I go after Justin because it's going to be super cheap. You get him basically on like, what, a 1-year rental where you're just like, okay, is it 1 or 2 years? I don't even remember at this point. 1 or 2 years, you get him. And then if it works out, cool. If it doesn't,
I think it's 1 in a franchise tag, right? Yeah. So maybe 2.
You don't have to worry about it.
That's Russ. You get Russ for cheap for 2 years.
That's true.
You get him for the vet minimum.
You get
him. And I got to this point in my video. It took me a bit.
That's a great question. Then I see exactly what you're saying.
What I think Russ does better than Justin Fields is Russ is really good with the game on the line. When and the problem is the game's on the line a lot because the Broncos couldn't build leads. I saw a good stat. I was talking about the Broncos run game. If that was good, it would have helped Russ. They're terrible in some stat that was important, but I think one thing Fields has to show is his ability to close out football games for the Bears. And the Broncos and Bears were head-to-head last season, and the Broncos won because Russ was better in the fourth quarter when they needed him to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it depends. Like if you're doing like Raiders Falcons, Russ would.
If you're the Raiders, I go Russ. If you're the Falcons, I go Justin because you have so much talent that you can continue to build.
Exactly. That's because the Raiders, I mean, they need to get better on offense. Don't get me wrong. But even if they brought in Russ, and Aiden O'Connell can learn behind somebody, you know what I mean? If you want to go down that road. So, and if you get him for super cheap, what's the worst thing that happens? It doesn't work out. You're already whelmed because he signed Jimmy Garoppolo and that didn't work out. You know, I did see that. Yes, I did wind up seeing that. Yeah, a bunch of.
Oh.
I haven't watched SNL in a while, but like I watched a good chunk of this one. Did everyone always just read off of the teleprompter? I don't know. Maybe that's a boomer take, but
it is. It was big because Shane Gillis got to host.
Yeah, it's true.
Shout out Shane. Come on our show, Shane.
You could demand all you want, but that's the problem. When you got owners, that you don't agree with, can't get rid of those. But Perna, what do you got coming out today, buddy?
I think if I can get through it, we got a little news episode coming.
Nice.
Little Law and Order Sports in the works.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm probably talking about all that Rush shit I just talked about. So don't watch it if you already heard me.
I'm probably going to get a Bear skit out today. The South Saga Supercut is edited. So it is 4 hours and 19 minutes. So I'm going to put that out while I'm away, either Tuesday or Wednesday. And the 49ers fan reaction is also going to come out either Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever I do there. But
bam.
We'll see. Oh, it's on iTunes. Well, there you go. But folks, thank you so much for watching. So I maybe will be back on Friday. I'm going to be at the Combine this week. So either ways, I'll see you later. But thanks so much for watching.
Yeah.
I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And you have been navigated. To the toilet, because I got to go to the bathroom.
It's not oatmeal.
Nope.